How America's debt addiction is triggering a collapse. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. ITM Trading. The 12th of January 2025. The global economic landscape is shifting, prompting many to question the stability of current systems. In the United States, concerns are growing about the potential for runaway inflation and the possibility of a significant currency reset. While mainstream economic analysis often downplays these risks, a closer look at government spending, historical precedents, and the current economic climate suggests a need for careful consideration and proactive planning. One of the most pressing anxieties is the rising cost of goods and services. While inflation is a natural part of a healthy economy, excessive inflation, particularly when coupled with stagnant economic growth, stagflation, can be incredibly damaging. Some analysts argue that the U.S. is already experiencing early signs of stagflation, pointing to rising prices alongside slowing GDP growth. This presents a challenging scenario for policymakers, as measures to combat inflation, such as raising interest rates, can further stifle economic activity. The underlying concern stems from what some perceive as unsustainable levels of government spending. Trillions of dollars have been pumped into the economy in recent years, contributing to an expansion of the money supply. While these measures were intended to stimulate growth and mitigate the effects of the pandemic, critics argue that they have added fuel to the inflationary fire. History is replete with examples of nations grappling with hyperinflation and currency devaluations. From the Weimar Republic in the 1920s to more recent cases in South America and Africa. The consequences of uncontrolled inflation are severe: widespread poverty, social unrest, and a drastic loss of faith in the government and its institutions. These historical examples highlight the potential for even developed economies to fall victim to extreme economic instability when imbalances are ignored for too long. Some argue that the current situation shares worrying similarities with these past crises: excessive government spending, rapid growth in money supply, and a weakening of public confidence. While it's impossible to predict the future with certainty, understanding these historical patterns is crucial for informed decision-making. Given the uncertain environment, many individuals and institutions are looking for ways to safeguard their savings and investments. Diversification is always a valuable strategy, but in times of perceived crisis, alternative asset classes are often explored. Traditional assets may lose their value in an inflationary period, as prices rise and purchasing power erodes. This has led some to consider holding physical assets, such as precious metals like gold and silver. Historically, these metals have been seen as stores of value and a hedge against inflation. The idea is that while fiat currencies may depreciate, the value of physical assets can hold steady or even appreciate. Ultimately, the future of the U.S. economy remains uncertain. While some experts dismiss the risks, the possibility of significant economic challenges, including inflation and currency volatility, is a valid concern. The most important step individuals can take is to stay informed, understand the potential risks, and make informed decisions based on their unique circumstances. This involves careful attention to news and expert analysis, as well as a proactive approach to personal financial management. Rather than panic, it's time for thoughtful planning and diversification to navigate the potential challenges ahead. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.